What's up guys, and today we are doing it again. We're gonna be interviewing my friend Karl into a beautiful interview talking about the latest software updates from Apple, which are iOS 26 and iPadOS 26. And yes, we all know that iPadOS 26 just got some big new features in terms of multitasking and that liquid cloud thing, which I don't know if it sounds cool, but we're gonna see with my friend Karl. Okay Karl, we all know that you are a Samsung user, right? And you're actually recording this video using his Galaxy S22 Ultra and using the S-Pen air control feature to stop the video and record again. But hey Karl, as a Samsung user, how do you feel about the latest software updates that were brought to iPadOS 26? So we're gonna talk about iOS 26 later on in the video, but now we're gonna be focusing on iPadOS since we got some really good
interesting features.
Yes, like the multitasking is so much better.
And the liquid glass
the liquid
style.
glass, I don't know if you'd really be interested in that. Just a
new style.
Yeah, new style. It's not anything too crazy. It's gonna help make your life better using the iPad. But as you see, it has some really good multitasking features. Like this is literally a game, and you can literally multitask a literal game, which is really hard to do.
I have all of those features on my S22
He's literally
Ultra.
talking that his S22 Ultra is better than my iPhone 16.
Even better than
Pro
the
Max,
iPhone
Pro
18.
Plus 5G, Max Generation AI, Max Plus Black Titanium, Pro Plus 5G. Okay, but now let's be real. What do you think of the new multitasking on iPadOS? Because now we've previously seen iPads are really powerful like the M4 iPad Pro, but it's being stuck on iPadOS 18, making the user experience not so good because multitasking isn't that good on iPadOS 18, which really ruined all the capacity that the iPad Pro M4 was able to get. However, with the new iPadOS 26, it kind of fixed it, making it more like a Mac. So what do you think about all of those new features? Is it really helpful in your personal life? But that Karl also owns an iPad. I'm sorry if I'm talking way too much, but he also owns an iPad 9th generation, and he uses it as his main tablet with a Samsung phone. So it's a very different ecosystem. But he still needs to update to iPadOS 26 because he thinks that it's just a waste of update. So what do you think of it? Is it a really waste of update or a useful update?
I've always liked iPad OS, and I've always thought that it can replace a Mac, an iPad. Even it's an M1 iPad and an old iPad from 2020.
This is the M1 iPad Air, and it's from 2022, but it still has a really good performance,
But
and
I
the
think-
M1 chip is really good.
But I think without a keyboard, it shouldn't be available, the multitasking. So I think only with the keyboard or the magic keyboard, it should be available. And without the magic keyboard, it should be an iPad normal, like without multitasking.
Yeah, like we've seen those leaks previously. A lot of leakers like Mark Gurman were saying that iPadOS 26 might get the Mac OS, literal Mac OS software when it's only connected to the Magic Keyboard.
And I think it's the best option, like Samsung with Samsung Text.
Yes, but for me it's not, because I would really love to be able to edit my YouTube videos like this one that you're watching right now on my iPad without owning a $300 keyboard. With $300 and a Magic Keyboard, I could have just got an iPad 10th generation or even the latest iPad 11th generation.
You can
the
buy 10
A16
with the YouTube money.
I'm still not making money from YouTube, and if you hit that subscribe button, it would help me a lot. So, you remember when iPadOS 16 back in 2022 introduced Stage Manager, right?
Yes.
And what do you think about it? It was a waste of... It wasn't a really good feature back then because it was too limited with iPadOS 16. Okay guys, I just want to tell you something. iPadOS 26 is glitching like a literal volcano glitching. Because look at this glitch. The dock is on the side. What is this, Apple? Please fix it right now. Yeah, actually we just got iPadOS 26 beta 2, but I still haven't updated it. But I don't really think it's gonna make anything better, because the only thing that this update has brought new to iPadOS, like I've seen online, is just making the transparency a bit less. So because some people say that it's a bit not too good for readability with a lot of
I think it's really readable, and it adds a really style like Apple Vision Pro to the ecosystem of Apple.
If you think that this is actually readable, but then what do you think of this mess? Look at this mess. How can you be able to read all of this all together? Like, look, this is the library page. this is the library page, and if you swipe down the control center,
I think Apple should add a little bit more blur feature.
yes, it's what I'm talking about.
And
Look,
it
how
should
can you
blur
read
all
of
the
that?
screen, not only not only a little part of the screen.
Yes, we actually have this feature. If we currently go to the settings app, then we go to accessibility.
This feature allows to put the black screen, not
Yes,
a really
yes,
blurred
there
screen.
is something called reduce transparency in the accessibility settings, which actually helps reduce transparency, but it actually makes most of your screen black instead of blurred. Okay, and we all remember when iPadOS 16 introduced Stage Manager, and it was a great feature. However, Karl does not own this feature because it's iPad 9 does not
Because
support
Apple
it.
do marketing.
Yes, actually, the iPad 9 does support it, but Apple just doesn't want us to be able to use it on the iPad 9. But what do you think about this feature when it was introduced and when you were seeing online, you know, watching those mysteries about Max Tech and
I
MKBHD?
really think Stage Manager is a really good feature, and I think Apple should introduce new feature with iPadOS 26 with the new name.
The new
and
name is just to match the year, you know, iPadOS 26 means the year of
To copy
2026.
Samsung with the years.
Yes, like Samsung jumped from Galaxy S10 to S20 Ultra to match the year 2020, and now S25 Ultra matching the year 2025. And Apple wanna match their software system, which is gonna be releasing like the very official is the end of 2025, most likely in 2026. They're gonna make it match the year 2026. So this is what Apple is trying to do, literally copying Samsung. You know, God, that Stage Manager is now improved with iPadOS 26, making you able to put so many more apps all together, working all together all at once. So what do you think about this new operating system? And now it's also available on other iPads, like lower end iPads, like the iPad 8th generation, iPad 9th generation is going to support iOS 26 and the multitasking features that we are talking about currently.
Okay, so now I'm alone, but we will be me and Peter to do the outro. So to recapitulate the question is if I really found this feature that is like multitasking, like Stage Manager, but on all the iPad. The question is like difficult because for Peter I think it don't matter because he already had this feature, but for me it really matters because I don't have this feature on my iPad 9, so it depends, but I found it for me with the iPad 9 really a good feature.
Okay guys, so this was today's interview with Karl. I know I didn't have the most accurate questions or anything, but it was a good time talking together. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, please drop down a comment. It would really help me a lot. And as always, we'll catch you in my next video.
Tag me in the
Peace.
comment and say that I'm truth about all the things that I have.
Okay, subscribe and I will catch you in our next video, or my next video. Our next will be like with the S Pen. We're gonna stop the video and